mines, or at least towards them, leaving this group of our heroes searching fruitlessly for a demonology tome, but having found a spellbook, which is nice, and having defeated the Quasits and disrupted the Snake Sigil, they are ready to do whatever it is they want to do next.
Did anyone else want to roll a quick search?
George does.
I can try a religion roll to maybe they have.
We know what the book looks like. We just need to spot it.
Yeah, you guys have a perception problem right now.
Yes, and George, perception's wisdom based. Roll perception.
Oh, if you just need a perception,
just
I am a.
See it with your special eyes.
Nah,
I don't think
George can't find it. The heat from the lower levels is starting to rise.
Okay, we'll move on to the armory since we were getting kicked out of the room anyway.
We
All right.
got no time for this.
You guys
I
traipsed
got
up to
bronchitis.
the armory. There is a horrendous single blast and wash of heat coming up from far, far below you in the tunnels.
Well, that's not good.
It feels painfully hot on your skin where you are. You don't know where it originated, but something just got the hell burned out of it.
Is there usually a lot of heat and fire from the depths?
No.
No.
Okay.
This is not normal.
That's not normal. We should go quickly.
All right. You make it to the armory. The armory has clearly been used heavily. It hasn't been ransacked as such, but the pickings are down pretty hard. You could probably supply 10, 12 dwarves with chainmail and decently crafted weaponry. There are 2 dwarf-sized sets of plate that have yet to be claimed. They look a little banged up, and they have the pauldrons of the Copper Guard on them, but they are there.
I will take a plate.
Is there any chance of a longbow that is more than just a regular longbow? If not, then I don't really care.
There are racks of crossbows. There are no longbows.
I'm gonna grab crossbow and some bolts just in case. You never know.
All right, you have a crossbow.
Crossbows for the moles.
Yes,
Mole holers?
the moles load up on crossbows. Every single one of them, except for Petra, takes one. Petra has her new masterwork dagger. She actually seems to have 2.
How did that happen?
Yes.
Petra, you are going to be my new project.
She smiles at you. You do not feel happy.
John,
Because Bran is in his element, and he's gonna. I think he's gonna be okay, unless we all die burning, poisonous, flaming deaths.
Is it a light crossbow or heavy?
They are all heavy crossbows.
Oh, and Miranda, you have full life.
I know, I saw. Thank you.
Okay, good.
in addition to the crossbow and some bolts, can I also get a shield?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
There are well-forged steel shields a go-go here.
Any studded leather? Or
Any
is it
studded
just-
leather armor?
I was wondering that too,
Good
but I
question.
just figured it wouldn't fit me.
Just
Yeah, this is all dwarf armor. Yes, Miranda, there is a suit of studded leather left on the racks. It's dwarf size, though.
I'm gonna grab it. We can maybe modify it later. I'm not gonna put it on.
Yeah, you're not that big, but it will require some tailoring.
Is there time to put on this plate mail?
Yeah, you could.
George, where's
All
your
right.
face? Oh, there you are.
I'm looking up
Chad,
the
are you
plate
still here?
mail. It's
Can everyone
glorious.
see Chad?
I see him.
Shit, I gotta reload again. Okay.
All right, I'm keeping an eye on the door. Basically, if anybody comes in or coming at us, or any more weird bats or these so-called centipedes that are running around everywhere, I'm still keeping an eye out for
That
that.
was the bats. They turned into bats.
Man, I was
And
promised centipedes.
And then they turned into imps. So, and then
Mine didn't turn into imps. Mine turned into blood and gore.
Yours turned into vapor. As you guys are putting this armor on and scraping around, you notice that there are a few articles left on the Iron Guard's rack. There is a shield, a warhammer, and a battle axe. All of them are masterwork.
Ooh, okay, so my shield is masterwork then.
It certainly can be.
It is now. And
I'll take the...
Can I get a masterwork codpiece?
There are none left, but you could.
See, this is what we get for being
Moles
late.
are equipping themselves in well-crafted dwarf-sized leather armor.
I'll take the Warhammer. That's like my... That's the weapon of the ancestors, and it's my weapon.
is that your jam?
You have a masterwork warhammer.
It's my... I will literally sing songs about it later, and then it will appear in the air mystically, and...
By in the air mystically, do you mean you're going to hold it up in the air with your
Tonight.
hand?
Yes.
Unnecessary.
So masterwork in this, I take it, means +1 attack? Is there a...
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a +1 to damage. Let's look that up.
I don't think there even is a masterwork in shit. I think you just have a really nice thing
No
until it's
masterwork.
magical.
That may be something we just...
Oh.
There's nothing you saying you can't apply the masterwork rule to.
Do we have further path choices coming up?
No, the only decision you have now, you want to break down and cut back over and up through the library. You could try to go for the... or you could go straight to the grand hall and the entrance to the main doors. It's feeling pretty darn hot, but you...
And I want to get more supplies, but on the other hand, I don't want to catch on fire. So I'm going to lean towards GTFO.
Well, especially if it's getting hotter, and
Yeah.
the other option was a powder magazine.
Yeah.
Well, that
So-
goes, that goes.
So we go. Anybody objected to go?
Brandon's always go.
Okay, so we go.
All right. As you are ascending to the grand entrance hall, it blows out 5 long, low blasts, the last of which is as long as a dwarf's lungs can hold before it finally gives out. This is the final call of total loss of the fortress. Evacuate now and do not come back. Destroy anything you can on the way out. When you reach the main Great Hall, you see a press of about 25 or 30 dwarves in various stations of most adults, a couple kids, a couple old farts. None of the guard, copper, iron, or adamantine are among this rattle. Barring the door is shut, and facing the crowds who are pressing loudly and animatedly is the younger of the 2 wizard apprentices, a dwarf by the name of Alfric. And at his rope,
Did you guys lose John, or is that just me?
I've been losing John all night. I'm constantly refreshing because I'm losing him. Figured it was me.
among your time in the guard cell before. But all three of the guys who were on morning shift are among them. And they
John kills his players.
sort of hold a little single file
player
line in
character.
front of the door, and the Alfric among them says, "Stop, stop, stop, remain calm. We've figured out the origin of this mishap down in the caves. The doors will reopen soon, and everyone may proceed back to their residences."
No.
The mob is not having any of that. They're screaming back. And I lost chat again.
They lost you also.
Yeah, I had to refresh to get you back. I lost you for a moment too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna put out, if you lose someone who's actively talking, instead of asking if everybody else lost them, just reload. Because usually that'll fix it.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
I'm gonna get my longbow out.
He says, "Woo." And then he sees the four of you entering the room. Kind of glares at his associates and says, my. And then looks behind you to see the moles entering the room. And looks straight at Bran and says, "You ruffian. You've raided the armory with your little friends. What is the meaning of this? Hand those weapons over."
Nope.
The call was given to evacuate. Why are you... Damn it, I lost John.
I lost everybody. Except for you.
Okay, so what we've learned from tonight is we definitely need to rethink these, what platforms we're using.
Now I've reloaded. I have everyone but George.
I don't have George either.
Like right now.
So what I've been doing is listening
Leave
to
Roll20 out,
John
but
on the
have our
Twitch
voice
channel
through Discord instead.
and not listening to him on Roll20
Anyway.
because he's always frozen.
What's that, Miranda?
Discord for voice. With that
Yeah.
Which is basically listening to John through
The whole
Dan's
thing.
feed.
Could we project that onto the Twitch? I mean, I guess if it's coming out of Dan's computer, it'll be played onto the Twitch, right?
Oh, so you want to do Discord right now?
Let's figure that out between.
All right, yeah, let's.
This is almost order.
Okay,
over.
so
just-
let's. Yeah,
Yeah,
all right,
no.
we'll muscle through this, and yeah, we'll figure it out between sessions. Okay.
Who's
Oh.
the guy talking at us?
His name is Alfric, and he is the other wizard apprentice,
How old is
aside
he?
from Gold. He's probably in his 50s.
What's the name of the other Wizard's Apprentice
No,
one
like-
we found dead?
In actual years.
His name was Dagrath. Mhm.
I wrote it down.
I did.
Alfric? When was the last time you saw Dagrath?
Dagrath is fine. He's
Dagrath is dead.
tending to.
No.
He's dead.
He got sacrificed in some sort of horrible demonic ritual to open a portal in your library. Open the damn door.
What is the meaning of this?
What is the meaning of this? Open the door.
I turned to
Whoa! Yeah,
Kavik.
The angry mob is right, Alfric. What? Which is, this has been an unusual day. I just lost John.
I did too.
Mm-hmm.
What did you just say?
Well, since George disappeared, I'll just take over. Oh, no, George is back. Okay, go ahead, George.
George, were you making a skill check of some kind?
Yeah.
Yes. Alfric is lying and badly.
I mean, here's the point I will make to Alfric, is that Alfric, this is not the work of one beat-up dwarf. If he is bound and gagged in your hands, How did he orchestrate this? This is one of the finest dwarven halls to ever grace this planet. It is run and guarded by the ancestors. Something of equal nefarious means is what would have penetrated this. These creatures are not of this world. Yes, Alfric, Gollum does share some traits, but you are blaming a leaf and calling it the tree.
All right. Roll a charisma or persuasion or inspiration check, whatever you do, George, to snap this crowd out of it.
Sure. That will be at -1. I have nothing to add to that.
Okay,
so that's going to be an 8.
I'm going to take a swing at this then.
Oh!
Kavak?
The crowd mutters indecisively.
Kavak is the oldest, and I say this quite loudly. Kavak is the oldest dwarf here, as the patriarch is a winner of more battles than I can mention in such a pressing moment. What say you?
Kavak, his old white beard dumping all over it, down to his belly button, and he screams at Alfric. He says, "Get out of the way and open the door." And
the horn has been blasted, the elder has spoken, all the laws and all the traditions demand that we proceed exactly as is set before us. John, do you want me to do a persuasion check?
Yeah, go ahead and do persuasion.
Well, it wasn't only
You
For
can-
modified 16.
Yeah. You're glowing with some kind of inspiration. You feel older and wiser, like you've... There's
Like you
some...
grow a big bushy beard.
I say I
Yeah.
suddenly feel like I have a beard.
All right. All right.
Feeling very dwarfy.
One of the members of the Copper Guard next to Alfric said, "Hey, he's right. Forget you." And kind of shoves at Alfric and starts opening the door behind him. There's a little scuffle that breaks out among the line of people that are standing between the door and Alfric. There's some pushing and shoving. Let's see how well the Alfric people do. Oh god. And let's see how well the resistance does. Okay.
Not
Okay.
So his line fractures, but they turn around. The 2 or 3 guys that start to defect just turn around and get pummeled. Alfric also looks at the one immediately to his right and stares at him and whispers something in a low voice, concentrates intently for a moment.
John, can I want to, I don't know if you'll allow me or not, I want to do something immediately the moment he starts that.
What's that?
I look straight at him and mutter an infernal, "Go back to your masters," dissonant whisper.
Okay. I'll make you roll initiative to do that before he finishes.
Okay.
But he's just going to get a raw... Well, of course, he'll just get an 18.
Yeah, sure. Well, why wouldn't
You can
he?
do that, though. You're just going to do it after him.
Of course.
Yes, you are.
You get it. All right. And what's Dissonant Whisper do?
3d6 psychic damage to him, and also panics if he fails to save.
And the runaway?
Yeah. So he has to make a save at target of 13. So wisdom save, and if he fails it, 3d6 damage. So he takes 3d6 damage psychic.
Roll me 3d6, please.
Nice.
Watch me kill
Oh, God.
You...
Okay. You finish the spell, and
Does he even get to
his
roll?
head just crumples in his hands. He just falls to the ground and moves no more.
Whoops.
Then they look to each other again, and one of the guys with a blooming knot on his forehead and a broken nose from getting punched by the other ones just shoves into the door, and it opens up.
I'm going to go see how Golem's doing.
You untie Golem, and check his face. He's beat up and hanging on the edge of consciousness, but he's alive. He's not actually like wounded.
You said
Okay.
this guy was. You
Does
said
Alfric look like he got his spell off?
Yes.
What happened to
That is not Ulfric. Dan,
Oh, okay.
go over.
Wait, I'm sorry, John. You kind of broke up there. What about Alfric?
Ulfric is toast,
Okay, yeah, that's
He's
it.
not.
but
But he didn't get whatever he was trying to do. Didn't. Or well, I mean,
Did it do something? Is what he's asking.
He
what?
immediately secured the agreement of the dwarf next to him, and then died 2 seconds later. And the dwarf next to him was just kind of like, huh? Okay.
So it did
Well-
something, but it did nothing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Turns around and starts
Golem
holding
stand
the
up
door open.
and shove him at Edwin, who's his keeper apparently.
Okay, I take Golem by the arm, and I start leading him toward the gate. The only thing I'm stopping to do is on the way out, I'm going to grab Alfric's spellbook. You said he's a wizard's apprentice. I lost John.
Okay,
so,
you can
John,
absolutely
I'm-
grab Alfred's spellbook.
Yeah, I'm grabbing
and in
Alfred's
the
spellbook
course-
for fear that whatever he's done there might be evidence of it in there.
You find another book tucked back into Ulfric's tunic while you're rooting for his spellbook. It's the Demonology Tome.
Yay!
You flip the library.
Yay and boo simultaneously.
It has been freshly embossed with a poorly rendered icon of Thrakgash on the inside cover. It looks like it's been carved in.
We'll deal with that shortly.
I'm gonna get Kabak to rally the peasants so we can head out in a group, maybe?
He does that easily, and everyone there is quite willing to follow, including the people that had been on the line with just a moment ago. You guys open up the door. There's no way to keep it shut at this point, and you go streaming out into the daylight. Behind you, you get a half mile down the slope, and there's a sort of green hill in front of the entrance of the dwarf hold, and there's one final enormous thunderclap. You can boom wave wash over your skins of heat and force, and just this gout of fire belches out of the open door of the dwarf hold, and then everything is very cool. And that's where we will end game one. All right. Everybody got 200 XP for being good at life and 100 XP for putting their phone in a magical bucket. So you all get to level up to level 2. Hooray!
Sorry, how much was that? 200 and then another
Said
what?
And then
300.
another 100. Yep.
Didn't look at
You
the.
go ahead and roll your next.
Yay.
Are you sure just going to have us roll our hit points in this thing the way it's been?
You don't have to.
The way it's been.
You finally rolled well above expected on your 3d6 there. Well, not well above, like 2 points above.
Fine, let's just.
You did enough to kill a level 1 warlock. Quite
Hey, I got exactly what I would have gotten if I'd
Average.
taken the.
Do.
Oh, yay!
Those are all pretty crappy.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is why are we doing it in this tool?
This thing is a tool.
Yeah, it is a tool. I'm going to roll next week in Discord or something, or whatever we use.
You probably won't level up immediately again next week, but I like to give the first level up ASAP, and I like to reward killing your phone double ASAP. All right, troops. Well, that was session 1. The dwarves have successfully rescued their friend and broken out of the now ruins of the Ironblood Dwarfhold. They've got a motley band
I just
of
rolled on random.
3 or 4 dozen survivors of all stripes. The largest single caucus they've managed to keep intact was a street gang, so that will be interesting. The details of what just happened became a little bit more clear at the end of the exfiltration. But where do they go from here? Do they try to reach one of their old mines and reset up shop to form a new dwarfhold? Do they head for the dwarven slum of a nearby human city if they can make it that far? Do they strike out for elf country? What do they decide? We'll find out.
Okay, so yeah, what tools actually work better than this for
Yes, we also will
maintaining
undergo
connectivity and not absolutely
Correct.
humiliating us in every single roll we make. So,
Yeah.
thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah, take care, and I'm going to we'll export this to YouTube here at some point for anyone that missed it. And beyond that, yeah, it's a learning process for us. So thank you for your patience. We'll sort this out as the games go on. We'll get our tools down better and maybe get a nifty little graphical overlay, or I don't know what. We'll figure something out, but I'm sure we'll keep upping our game as this goes on. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, and peace out.
Peace.